seaweed soup versus kimchi.
Right here is the checkup,
Okay.
and then we have the treatment booth, and then the pharmaceutical.
Okay.
Hello and welcome to Midlife Choreosis and day 3 of our 6-day Seoul trip. I started the day by doing a load of laundry in the coin-operated laundromat in the basement of our hotel. Each washer and dryer cycle takes about 45 minutes, so about an hour and a half later, I was back in our room. The clearly visible Namsan Tower from our window and a baby blue sky with cottony clouds promised good weather. Every day that we were here, I marveled at how convenient this location was and what a nice view we had from our room. We were right across the street from the famous Myeongdong 12-story Daiso and minutes away from Myeongdong Street. As you can see, the Daiso hadn't opened yet. It is open from 10 am to 10 pm and it was around 9 am, just the right time to begin our day's adventure. I took a few more seconds to cover the rest of the view we had from our window. The bustling street below, with its multicolored arrows pointing in the direction of the Namsan Park, seemed to tell us each morning to get up and get moving. The plan for the morning was to visit Seoul Forest. For that, we decided to take the subway to Yeouido Station, then buy tickets from Yeouido Quay for the Hangang bus to take us across the Han River to Yeouido Station, from where we would travel to Seoul Forest. We had heard about the Hangang bus, which is a ferry across the Han River that connects various piers and is a new addition to the public transport system. We thought it would be a fun new thing to experience. In Yeouido Station, we saw a ticket vending machine and decided to check if we could book ITX, that is the Intercity Train Express tickets to Nami Island, as that was on our wish list for this trip, and we were looking for ways to get there. However, these vending machines seemed to be for buying subway tickets if you didn't have a T-Money card, but they could also be used for recharging T-Money cards, so we did that and left. As a practice, it is easy and convenient to check and recharge your T-Money card as you pass through subway stations. We left Yeouido Station from exit 2 and walked towards the Yeouido Hangang Park waterfront to look for the ticket booth for the Hangang bus. Here to the right, you can see a glimpse of Yeouido Hangang Park. It is one of Seoul's most iconic and well-loved river parks. Set against the backdrop of Yeouido, the city's financial and political hub, the park offers a scenic escape where modern skyscrapers meet wide green spaces and calm river views. Speaking of skyscrapers, this is the 63 building. It is one of the defining structures of the Yeouido skyline. The building's gold-tinted glass exterior gives it a distinctive reflective quality. As Hangang Bus was written quite clearly on the doors here, we guessed that the ticket counters would be inside. However, all the counters were closed. When I asked the gentleman in the convenience store next door, he said he didn't have any information about when they would open. We stepped outside wondering what to do. We later found out that the service was launched on September 18th, about 2 weeks after we visited. We had found it on a Google search and probably misinterpreted what we read. We were a little disappointed as we had looked forward to the boat ride across the Han River. We would also have to look for another way to get to Seoul Forest. But this place was so beautiful and we hadn't explored the waterfront or been to a Hangang Park during our previous trips, so we decided to put the Seoul Forest plan on hold and explore our present surroundings a little before moving on. As it turned out, this decision resulted in our day unfolding surprisingly well with a lot of pleasant experiences and encounters. This is a close-up of one of the Hangang bridges you can see from the Yeouido waterfront. Out of the park and walking along the waterfront again, we saw what looked like a pop-up clinic, the kind you see for vaccination drives. It so happened that in the course of the day we not only passed it again, but were invited in as well, but that's later on in the video. We were now passing the iconic benches where I have seen protagonists in so many K-dramas enjoying ramyeon on a Han River date, and the photo op hearts which I was sure would be lit up at night. That was when we saw the sign E-Land Cruise. The E-Land Cruise is a popular Han River cruise that offers various sightseeing experiences. The ticket office was located just opposite the sign, so we decided to go take a look and see if we still had a chance to take a boat ride across the river. There were several cruises to choose from, all leaving at different times during the day. As we had planned to visit Gwangjang Market for lunch, the sunset cruise seemed the best option for us. My son inquired about tickets at the window and was told we would first have to fill out a boarding declaration on the tables next door. As we were going through the form, we were approached by a helpful official.
Oh, did you make a reservation?
No, not yet.
You can buy ticket today 3 o'clock.
Can we take sunset cruise?
Sunset, you can buy sunset cruise at 6 o'clock time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Your name,
Yes.
birthday,
Okay.
2 people, 1, 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1, 2, all. 1, 2, right. Man, woman checking.
Yes.
Your name. Where are you from? Philippines?
India.
India.
Yes.
India. Then.
Okay. Thank you. Yes, thank you.
The form has a couple of sample entries for you to refer to. The ticket cost 47,000 won for 2 people, that is 23,500 won per person. We got off at Aljiro 4 station and walked past the Cheonggyejeon stream, one of my favorite places in Seoul.
Gwangjang Shijang.
We weren't aware then that before Gwangjang Market became famous for street food, it was a hub for selling silk, satin, linen and hanbok fabrics. Many wholesalers and tailors set up shops there supplying fabric for clothing and traditional ceremonies. The food section developed later as part of the market's modernization.
Excuse me, where is the Gwangjang food market?
Just right here and the turn left and the first corner. And if you go straight that way, 2 minutes more, you can find the food street there.
And is it open now?
Yes, it's open.
So left from there?
Yeah, left side and 2 minutes more.
Thank you so much.
After we turned left where the guides had told us to, we still couldn't see the food market. But the merchandise the shops were selling here had changed from textiles to vegetables, fish, traditional Korean snacks, ginseng, etc. The first shop we saw selling actual food was this garlic bread stall. They had a huge variety of garlic bread. This is the first time I saw a food stall with prices like 5,100 won, 3,900 won, etc. This store had a wide selection of what looked like marinated and pickled seafood. Then finally we saw the iconic curved canopy roof of the Gwangjang Market food section. Now we were in the part of Gwangjang Market I had seen while looking it up online. Tourists as well as locals seem to frequent it. The narrow aisles are lined with numerous vendor stalls. Seating is arranged along long counters allowing customers to eat directly in front of the vendor. A variety of signature Korean foods are served here. Opposite the food stalls were stalls selling a wide variety of traditional souvenirs. I had already decided what I wanted to eat, the most iconic comfort food you see in K-dramas, bibimbap. That's when I saw the sign in Hangul, Omma Sunmat Bibimbap. That means bibimbap that tastes like it was made by your mother's hands. So we stopped to take a look. The first item on the menu looked vegetarian, Yangpun Salburi Bibimbap. It means bibimbap with rice and barley. I asked the ladies there whether it was vegetarian. They confirmed that it was. So I decided to go with that.
예. 감사합니다.
I was pleasantly surprised when I was served seaweed soup and kimchi as complimentary side dishes along with the bibimbap. The bibimbap consisted of seasoned and sautéed vegetables like carrots, spinach and bean sprouts, served with steamed white rice and barley. It also contained gochujang, the Korean red chili paste. This was then garnished with thin strips of lava, which is edible seaweed topped with roasted sesame seeds. As per her instructions, I was giving it a good mix before taking my first bite. It was flavorful and slightly spicy, the barley giving it a chewy, nutty texture. Then I tasted the kimchi. The kimchi was fresh and crisp, mildly spicy and slightly salty rather than sour. The seaweed soup, that is miyeokguk, had a brownish green broth and seemed to be made of kelp stalk. The seaweed or miyok itself was soft and silky. The taste was mild, savory and slightly briny with an ocean-like flavor.
믹스. 너무 맛있어요.
맛있어요. 많이 있어요. 참기름이 밑에 가라앉으니까 많이 이게 썩썩 비벼요.
This was my first time eating fresh kimchi. I had only tried the fermented type before. I loved the freshness of the cabbage and spring onions and preferred this taste to the more pungent one of fermented kimchi. It tasted more like a salad than a preserved food. The seaweed soup tasted comforting and homely, offering a calm contrast to the bold, spicy flavors of the bibimbap. Typically served warm, it is meant to cleanse the palate between bites of stronger, spicier foods.
사장님, 김치.
She didn't even wait for me to finish my sentence, just bustled off to get me more.
감사합니다.
My son called to ask me if the stall where I was eating served tteokbokki as well, so I asked, but that wasn't on the menu.
사장님, 떡볶이도 있어요?
My son returned with some tteokbokki he had bought. The tteok was soft, dense and chewy in a sweet, spicy sauce.
드라마 보고 배웠어요. 다음. 감사합니다.
네.
여기
감사합니다.
네. 일로 가도 돼요?
네. 많이 파세요.
네, 아이고 감사해요.
가세요.
네,
감사합니다.
예, 안녕히 가세요. 안 먹었어요?
For one of the iconic sweet treats of Gwangjang Market, the price of just 1,000 won is an absolute steal. On our way out, we passed this stall selling snacks. Here I bought the Kopiko coffee flavored candy we see so often in dramas. The sugar free variety was 2,500 won and the regular variety was 2,000 won per pack. My son wanted to get some dessert before we left, so we decided to try bingsu, the shaved ice dessert. This store had a lot of flavors on their menu along with the traditional bingsu. We decided to get the Oreo flavored one, which was around 8,500 won. Bingsu is made by finely shaving ice or frozen milk into a fluffy snow-like texture, then adding sweet toppings such as syrups, fruits, ice cream, etc. Traditional bingsu known as pat bingsu was originally made only with red beans and shaved ice. Modern variations now include all kinds of creative flavors. The Majeongyo Underground Shopping Center is a historic underground shopping arcade known for traditional goods. Here we saw some really unusual things. For example, these replacement handbag handles available in a variety of lengths and colors. These are Korean traditional knots and tassels known as maedap. They are intricately handcrafted decorations most often used as hanbok accessories. These perfectly detailed miniature handboks are actually designer wine cases. They are probably the cutest things we saw in this market. They were available in many different colors and designs. Then we saw this shop that had many kinds of traditional utensils like jars, mortars and pestles, bowls, etc. The inside of the shop had a wide variety of porcelain and earthenware, ceramics and pottery. The large white porcelain moon jars, that is the round plain white ones, are a signature of Korean pottery. There were also blue and white ceramics, hand painted with cobalt floral or landscape motifs and smaller decorative vases and pots. We liked these beautifully crafted wooden spoons priced from 4 to 10,000 won and bought 4 of the 4,000 won ones as gifts. Other shops in the market had cute fridge magnets and keychains. We then left Majeongyo Underground Shopping Center and walked back to Aljiro 4 station. As we walked back along the same path we had taken to Gwangjang, we passed Cheonggyejeon stream again and I got another bonus glimpse. On our way to the Yeouido waterfront for our sunset cruise, we found ourselves walking through a different part of the park than we had in the morning. The greenery and peaceful surroundings of the park were quite the contrast to the vehicles passing busily by on the street outside. As we found out later that evening when we rented bicycles ourselves, Hangang Park offers a variety of bicycle types for rent, including standard adult bikes, children's bikes, tandem bikes, and mountain bikes. I started to film this passing bicycle with the canopy, and then we got distracted by this path that was clearly different from others in the park. And we wondered what it could be used for because we didn't see anyone walking on it. Here, through the trees, you can see what I was talking about. This one is a tandem bike, popularly used by couples. And I'm not really sure whether this was actually larger or not, but it sat 3 people. It was now about 5:15 pm. Our cruise was at 6 and we were supposed to be there about 10 to 15 minutes before that. It turned out to be lucky that we had some extra time. We were now again passing the structure that we had in the morning, the one that looked like a pop-up clinic, when we were approached by a young man in a doctor's coat who asked us if we had 5 minutes to spare. He wanted us to participate in what we later found out was a public awareness campaign about medical waste, how it is different from general waste, and how to segregate the two.
Yeah. So it's a quick about 5 minutes.
Can I film?
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah. We have a registration that's by QR.
But I'm a foreigner, that is okay, right?
Wait, let me check. 저희 혹시
외국인이에요.
외국인분들 있잖아요.
네네. 근데 체크는
여권 있어요.
Okay, yeah.
no, 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 no.
So you don't have to use the QR code. You can just go to the section right next
Okay.
to it. Yeah. So it's kind of like a hospital.
All right.
Yeah. So right here is the checkup,
Okay.
and then we have the treatment booth, and then the pharmaceutical.
Okay.
혹시 한번
안녕하세요.
How are you doing today?
Fine. How are you?
안녕하세요. Good. So let me introduce you about our campaign.
Yes.
So this is we're just trying to let people know how to throw away the medical waste.
Okay.
So we need to separate the medical waste and the general waste.
Right.
Yeah. So we have a concept to go through the process.
Yes.
This is for the medical checkup.
Right.
So we did a little survey here.
Okay.
This is in Korean. You just can you read Korean?
Yes, but
Oh,
I read it slowly though.
Oh, okay. So this is just about the basic questions about if you know about how to throw away the medical waste.
Right.
Oh yeah. So the basic concept is about the drugs you get from the drugstore
Yes.
or from the hospitals.
Yes.
They are the medical waste.
Yes.
But if you get like the vitamins, ginseng, all the and other stuffs,
Yes.
are just the general waste.
That is regular waste.
Yes,
Yes.
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 So we just have to do the quick check about the keywords about you're interested in. So this is about the plastic,
Yes.
vegan, life diversity,
Yes.
water or soil pollution. Which keyword are you interested in?
Akshay?
Plastic, vegan, diversity, pollution.
I think pollution is the
Pollution.
Okay. For both of you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go for the next station. So this is just quick survey. So for here, this is the station for treatment station.
Yes.
So this is so actually people are bringing their medical waste here.
Yes.
So this is for we do the medical waste in here.
Yes.
It's for the boxes that
Yes.
the packages.
Yes.
To the general waste.
Yes.
So as I told you before, like the vitamins, ginseng, other
Yes.
packages are for general waste.
Yes.
And Tylenols, the medical
Yes.
drugs for the
Yes.
medical waste.
Right. Right.
So since you checked up the pollution, we'll give
Pollution.
you the one of the lucky charms here. So this is the lucky charms. So if you show it on the prescription station over here, we'll give you a little gift. And this is the coupon for the lucky draw.
Okay.
So
안녕하세요. Hi.
안녕하세요. You can choose 이거 선택.
so you can choose from 3 of these. This is the
Okay.
granola,
Okay.
the sunscreen, and this is the pot for the plant growing.
Okay.
Yep. So which one would you like?
Sunscreen.
The sunscreen protection. Okay.
You want anything else?
No, that is.
Which one?
이 사람 우리나라의 의사예요. 네네.
의사예요?
네.
Doctor.
In India.
In India. I see. I see. Nice. So you want the sunscreen as well?
Yeah.
Okay. So are you here for the vacation?
Yes.
Nice.
가족 여행.
가족 여행.
네네.
Oh, you speak very good Korean. Where did you learn?
드라마 보고 배웠어요.
오,
네네.
진짜요?
네네.
진짜 잘하신다.
혼자 공부했어요.
와,
유도폰 앞으로.
천재.
두올링고.
오, 듀오링고.
네네.
Genius.
네네.
감사합니다.
감사합니다.
Thank you.
And here is the photo booth if you
Okay.
like participating. Hold on a moment.
예스 가오기.
How long have you been staying in Korea for now?
This time, this is our third day, but we have come 3 times to
Oh,
your
really?
country.
Ah.
Yes, we are big fans of Korea.
Nice, thank you.
So cute.
So where have you visited for this trip?
Jeju, Busan, Seoul. This time just Seoul.
Ah, just so.
Yes,
ah,
yes.
Nice. Isn't it very hot?
It is hot,
Ah, right.
but in India it is hotter, so it is okay.
It's okay.
We have 42 degrees.
Wow.
Yeah.
Death.
Yeah, that's that.
Where do you live in India?
Near Mumbai.
Mumbai,
Yeah.
very big city.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
So this was the photo booth where you could take pictures to remember your visit and to be responsible about waste segregation. The final booth was the lucky draw.
Behind you, no, it's gone.
Oh, you got the candy.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
감사합니다.
You want to give it a try?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Need to spin this?
What did you get?
Ah, candy. If you're gonna give another shot,
No, that's okay.
yeah, we can. Yeah, if you we have the Instagram event. If you upload it on Instagram, you can try one more. But it's up to you.
No, that's okay.
All right, all right.
so
Thank you
much.
so much. Have a nice day in Korea.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
As we walked on to board our cruise, I felt really glad that we had got to experience this campaign and meet and interact with all these nice young people. When it was almost 6 o'clock, we were asked to leave the waiting area and start queuing up to board the cruise. It was a little confusing that though they had a ramyeon library, you weren't allowed to eat any on the premises, which I thought was the whole point.
머리하고 발 조심하시고요. 스페이스 watcher, head and watcher.
Yes. Thank you.
티켓 확인할게요. 머리하고 발 조심하시고요.
안녕하세요. 발 조심하세요.
It was nicer up on the deck. Here it says that the 63 building already in the frame, the National Assembly building, the Seoul Tower and Nodal Island can be sighted during the cruise. This is a seagull. Seagulls are a charming part of the Hangang cruise experience. And there is the Seoul Tower, so we had ticked 2 things off the to-see list before the cruise even started. Taking a Hangang River cruise is a great way to enjoy panoramic views of the city and the refreshing river breeze. And if you take a sunset cruise like we did, you can see the Seoul sky change colors as the sun sets. And we were off. The water was calm and we could barely even feel the ship moving. Unlike ocean cruises, the movement is minimal, just a gentle reminder that you are on the water. Here we passed something that looked like a shooting range. The sign in Hangul with the little drawing of a boat on it says Motorboat Hangang Tour. We didn't get to see an actual sunset on this day as it was a little overcast, We did get to see some pretty colors in the sky though, as you can see here. We were also really glad that at least it didn't rain. The ship is now cruising past the Seoul Tower, also called the Namsan Tower, as it is located on the Namsan mountain. It is a communication and observation tower known for its breathtaking 360-degree city views and an open-air terrace with the famous Lovelocks area. We didn't know this beforehand, but you can buy snacks like shrimp crackers to feed the seagulls on a Hangang cruise from kiosks or convenience stores near the cruise terminal. Some cruise ticket counters also sell them.
各位乘客，左侧是红色建筑群，这里是是首尔的新地标之一。这座综合体包括写字楼、酒店和现代百货。现代百货是首尔最大的百货公司，也是一处文化空间。
Apparently, the cruise we took, the Eland Sunset Cruise, has a seagull feeding experience which costs about an additional 3,000 won, and dried anchovies are sold on board to feed the seagulls. If you choose to go up on deck like we did, it is good to know that there are no chairs or seats up here, just large rectangular benches which about 4 to 5 people can sit on at a time. But it was so nice up here, and like us, most of the people were walking around taking pictures, looking out for landmarks and watching the seagulls, and nobody seemed to mind the absence of chairs. As I hadn't bought anything to feed the seagulls, I asked my son to just film me with them flying overhead. Look at the view we had from here. The river with the Hangang Park near its bank, the Seoul skyline behind that, and the bridge in the distance. Absolutely amazing. The way the seagulls duck under bridges to follow the ship on the lookout for anyone offering them food is quite the spectacle. The National Assembly building is an imposing classical style structure with a prominent dome. It appears distinctive in the Seoul skyline, standing out with its unique architecture.
The blue dome building on your left is National Assembly Hall.
It houses the National Assembly of South Korea, the country's national legislature, and the center for activities like lawmaking and budgeting. It symbolizes Korean democracy and human rights. Completed in 1975, it has 7 stories and 24 pillars, representing the 24-hour, 365-day parliamentary promise to the people. The main chamber can seat more than 400 people.
최초의 흡입 발전소, 서울 흡입 발전소입니다. 본래 이곳은 지상에 위치해 있었으나 2013년부터 지하화를 시작하여 현재는 지하화가 마무리되었습니다.
My son took this slow-motion video of the flag on his iPhone. This scene with the gently fluttering flag against the backdrop of an orange-streaked twilight sky and the Seoul skyline with the seagulls above was not just cinematic, I thought it was absolutely poetic as well. This structure is part of the heating plant which provides district heating and electricity to nearby neighborhoods. These are used to release treated exhaust gases high into the atmosphere after waste or fuel is burned for energy production.
これは亀裂無理山殉教聖地です。その名前は首を切られた山を意味します。
너무 좋습니다. 좋은 면은 잘 오셨습니다. 한강 보시면서 힐러 나와서 홀뉴 월드 준비했습니다. 그리고 또 모든 분들이 아시는 사운드를 뮤직.
We were now about 20 minutes into the cruise. As the cruise duration is about 40 minutes, the ship started to turn around here. While passing the National Assembly building again, I was able to film it from another angle. Like I said before, we didn't get to see an actual sunset because it was overcast, but I think we saw the next best thing. Here the sun rays piercing through the clouds looked almost like golden rain bathing the horizon. And then they turned on these little hanging lights, even though it wasn't quite that dark yet. I was glad I got to see them. They had such a festive yet retro look, especially seen just against the sky and seagulls. Here I switched out my DJI Osmo Pocket 3 for the Insta360 X4 on the extended invisible stick to get this panoramic view. Our lovely memorable Han River cruise ended at about 6:45 and we disembarked. The queue for the cruise after ours seemed quite a bit longer than the one for our sunset cruise. We are now passing the back of the little pop-up clinic. We marveled at how nicely it was put together for what looked to be a temporary structure. The banner-shaped caption above this little cartoon character says "Oso useo," which means welcome or come on in. As we left, these building lights look like a horizontal version of the Tetris video game, don't you think?
이거 할 수 있어요? 이거?
Yeah, yeah.
Single 3,300 for an hour.
The rate board clearly mentioned the rates for regular bicycles, tandem bicycles, bicycles with the canopy which was referred to as an in-hut here, mountain bikes and kids bikes. You could rent the bicycle of your choice for an hour and a half or 2 hours. The payment was by card only, so we tried to see if ours would work. After a couple of unsuccessful tries, I decided to ask for help.
이거 어떻게 해요?
그거 다 꼽아오면 돼요.
네.
이게 다 꼽아오면.
I'm not exactly sure what we were doing wrong, but whatever the gentleman did worked.
Please take your card. The payment is complete. Please check your card and receipt.
네. 감사합니다.
Now it was time to choose our bikes. I liked this pink one, but its basket was too small to fit my handbag. So I decided to go with this white one instead. I then got out my Insta360 Go 3 and magnetic necklace to film the bicycle ride. The first thing I did was change the video mode to free frame video as that has horizon lock. This prevents the video from looking tilted to one side. I then adjusted the exposure. However, there was plenty of light here and we didn't know it, but it was quite dark during the ride, so the footage did end up looking rather dark. I've only kept the bits where there was some light, like when we were passing under street lights. After I made sure the angle and height were right on the action pod, we left.
Akshay, careful. Keep right. 아니요.
네. 야, 이거 봐.
감사합니다.
티켓.
We then returned to Myeongdong. On our way to pick up some food before heading back to our hotel, we passed this sign at the south exit of Myeongdong station. On my right, I'm passing a store called The Plain. There are several of these on Myeongdong Street. They have very nice earrings, necklaces and hair accessories. They are a little expensive but of very good quality. I hadn't seen this store called K-Shop before, so stopped to take a look at their Squid Game plushies. I didn't buy anything, but they had a lot of cute Korea and drama themed souvenirs. This is a grilled lobster stall. I'm vegetarian. I stopped here just to capture this man's mad skills. He was as dramatic a performer as I'm sure he's a great chef. I would have loved to keep the natural sounds in this clip, the hiss of the lobster sizzling on the griddle and the whoosh of the flame from the culinary blowtorch. But the copyright protected music playing in the background would have been heard as well. Apparently, YouTube cannot tell the difference between music the creator adds and that which is playing in the background. So any copyright protected music in your video, whether it is purposely added by you or inadvertently a part of your video, causes your upload to get identified as copyright infringement. If like me you are new or relatively new to creating content on YouTube and didn't know this, you are now aware as I learnt it the hard way. Having just passed Myeongdong Theatre, I was now in one of the busiest parts of Myeongdong. Here you will find not only the food vendors but stalls selling many different things like souvenirs, etc. At this t-shirt stand, I bought a K-pop Demon Hunters souvenir t-shirt for 20,000 won. That was more expensive than last year's 10 to 15,000 won for t-shirts. I then reminded myself that I still hadn't bought any food, which is what I was there for when I saw the Nutella crepe cart. There were different types of crepes on the menu and the price ranged from 4,000 to 6,000 won. I decided to get the classic Nutella one. After pouring a scoop of the batter on the griddle, it is spread evenly and then allowed to cook on one side. One edge is then carefully separated and lifted and it is folded in half. A layer of Nutella is then spread over the folded half of the crepe. Once the Nutella starts to bubble, an edge is again carefully separated and the crepe is folded into a cone or triangle. It is served with a dollop of Nutella spread along one edge. If you don't want to eat it right away, you can help yourself to one of the bags hung at the side of the cart and you can take it to go. I had bought dessert but still needed to buy dinner. I walked around looking for something I hadn't tried before. Also, it had to be vegetarian. I couldn't find anything new or different in the vegetarian options and it was getting late. Then my son called to say he was at the gimbap cart and asked if I wanted anything. I met up with him and decided to buy the gimbap. You can serve yourself 6 pieces for 6,000 won. I had eaten their spicy chili ones the previous evening and they were delicious, so I took 3 of those and 3 cheese gimbap. They were good too. Then we headed back to our hotel. On the way back, I thought about what a lovely day it had been. Walking through the Yeouido Hangang Park, eating delicious food at Gwangjang Market, exploring a traditional underground shopping center, the pleasant surprise of the public awareness campaign, the Hangang cruise and bike ride along the river, and of course walking along Myeongdong Street had allowed me to live a day that was like an episode in the dramas I love so much. What I treasured most, however, was getting the chance to meet the people I had today, like the hardworking ladies in Gwangjang who took so much pride in their work, and the industrious young men and women at the campaign. I'm almost at the end of my video now. I will take your leave with a quick hotel room tour. The best part of the room, of course, was the view. The Seoul Tower was lit up at night and you can get a glimpse of the view we enjoyed every night we were here. So thanks for watching and bye for now.